Welcome, students. Now, continuing with our ongoing topic, algebraic expressions. It's lecture 5, exercise 6.2. Okay. Now, the first question for this lecture on the screen, it's question number 6 of your textbook. What must be subtracted from 5p minus 6q plus r to get this as the answer? Okay, I repeat again. The question is, what must be subtracted from 5p minus 6q plus r to get the answer as minus 3p? Understanding? Okay. Now, starting with the solution. It's asked what must be subtracted from 5p minus 6q plus r to get this. Let the number to be subtracted. Let the number to be subtracted be see, I can give x also, but x, we always used to write x as a small letter x, so it will create somehow any confusion. So just to avoid that confusion, let the number to be subtracted be capital S. You can write x also, but deliberately I am writing some capital letter. You can write capital X also, capital A, capital V, but because it's a number to be subtracted, I am giving as capital S. Okay, once again, what must be subtracted from this? Okay, so can I say 5p minus 6q plus r? What must be subtracted from this? We supposed that the number to be subtracted be capital S. So minus capital S. And the answer is how much? Answer is minus 3p. Minus 3p. This is the answer. Okay. Therefore, we just have to find the value of this S. Here. I can see here that it's here minus S. And I want to know that what number I need to subtract. That is, I just want to find the value of this S. That's it. So I'll take this minus S on that side, so it will become plus S, and I'll take this minus 3p. I'll bring this minus 3p on left hand side, so this will become plus 3p. So 5p minus 6q plus r as it is, minus 3p comes on the left hand side, becomes plus 3p is equal to minus S goes on right hand side, becomes plus S. Okay, therefore here it is 5p and plus 3p becomes 8p minus 6q plus r is equal to capital S. That's it, students. So value of this capital S is 8p minus 6q plus r. In other words, from this 5p minus 6q plus r, if we subtract this capital S, that is 8p minus 6q plus r, then we will get answer as minus 3p. Okay. Also, you can write the final answer like this, that capital S is equal to 8p minus 6q plus r. 8p minus 6q plus r. This is the answer. Please pause the video, students, and do it by yourself. Now the next question on the screen, students. Question number 8. The difference of two expressions is 17x minus 6y plus z. So difference is given to us, that the difference between the two expressions is 17x minus 6y plus z. Find the subtrahend. We need to find this subtrahend if the minuend is minus x plus 2y minus 6z. Once again, I repeat, the difference between two expressions is given to us. This is the difference. This is the answer of the subtraction. This is the difference. Find the subtrahend if the minuend is this. First, let us understand what are these terms. Okay. Note, if I say, students, that for example 18 minus 6 gives me 12. Pay attention, please. If I say 18 minus 6 gives me 12, then students, this 12 is the answer, and 12 in other words is called as the difference. Do you agree with me? this 12, which is the difference between 18 and 6, it is called as the answer or the difference. Okay, now what about 18 and what about the 6? Now what happens over here is, from 18 I am removing 6, we are removing 6, so this 6 we are subtracting. This 6 is called as subtrahend. From whom I am removing this 6? I am removing this 6 from 18. This 18 is called as minuend. I am removing 6 from 18. I am subtracting 6 from 18. So this 6 is called as subtrahend. 18 is called as minuend. And their answer 12 is called as difference. In our question, students, this is the difference. So just to denote, I'll say let us call this as capital D because it's the difference. Find the subtrahend. Let us call subtrahend as capital S. If the minuend is this, let this be called as capital M. So can I say what the rule is? Whenever the minuend is subtracted from subtrahend, the answer we get is called as difference. M minus S is D. Minuend comes first. 18 is our minuend, 6 is our subtrahend, and 12 is our difference. Let's do it. What is asked? Subtrahend is asked. So in the solution part, now starting with the solution, in the solution part, let the subtrahend be capital S. Okay. Now we know that in our question, minuend is how much? Minus x plus 2y minus 6z, and we can call this expression of minuend as capital M. Okay. Similarly, difference is given as this 17x minus 6y plus z, which we can call it as capital D. And as per our logic, what we know that minuend minus subtrahend M minus S gives us D. Okay, so hope you understood the logic up till here. You have to copy this note. At the place of M, I'll substitute minuend. What is my minuend? My minuend is minus x, see this, plus 2y minus 6z. Minus as it is in between. What is my subtrahend? I don't know my subtrahend, so capital S only. It is to be finded out. Subtrahend is question mark. We don't know. Is equal to difference, capital D. Difference is given to us. Difference is this, 17x minus 6y plus z. I want to find the value of capital S. The value or unknown what we need to find should not be in negative, should not be in minus. So I'll send this minus s on that side, right hand side. It will become plus s. Okay. And then whatever I have on the right hand side, I'll call this entire expression on the left hand side. So its signs will change. So first I'll copy this as it is here down. Minus x plus 2y minus 6z. I'll bringing this entire expression on this side. So it will be minus 17x minus 6y plus z. This brackets are compulsory. And minus s goes on that side, becomes plus capital S. Okay. Therefore, now I'll open up the brackets. Minus x plus 2y minus 6z minus 17x plus 6y minus z. Minus 17x minus minus plus 6y minus z is equal to capital S. Therefore, here I have minus x, here I have minus 17x. So minus 18x. Next, here I have plus 2y, here I have plus 6y. This comes to be plus 8y. And then at the last I have minus 6z and minus z, which comes to be minus 7z. Minus x, minus 17x, minus 18x, plus 2y, plus 6y, plus 8y, minus 6z, minus 7, minus 1z. It's nothing is mentioned, means it's 1. So minus 6 minus 1 is minus 7z. Okay, is equal to capital S. That's it, students. We got our value. So the question was here, find the subtrahend. Find the subtrahend. So here the answer is, the subtrahend which we denoted by capital S is this, minus 18x plus 8y minus 7z. Please pause the video, students, and do it properly, and also copy this note. Students, now the next question, a very good question, I'll say an important question, but very simple question. It's just lengthy. From the sum of, sum means plus, sum means addition, plus, from the sum of x square plus y square minus 6, comma, minus x square plus 5y square plus 11 and 4x square plus 10. So three things are given, first, second and third. From the sum of this first bracket, second bracket and the third bracket, subtract the sum, once again the addition plus sum of these two numbers. Okay, so what's the story? From the sum of, from the addition of this first bracket, second bracket and the third bracket, we need to subtract. What we need to subtract? We need to subtract once again the addition of these two numbers. So I'll write with the red color. This first bracket here, it's how much? X square plus y square minus 6 plus this one minus x square plus y 5y square plus 11 plus 4x square plus 10. First bracket, second bracket and third bracket. X square plus y square minus 6 minus x square plus 5y square plus 11, 4x square plus 10. From the sum of first, second and third bracket, so I have made a square brackets. From the sum of first, second and third, these three brackets, what we have to do? We have to subtract. Okay, we have to subtract. Okay, so I'll write here minus, because I don't have place here, that's why I write here minus. Minus what? Minus what? We have to subtract the summation, the sum of these two terms. So square bracket and these two terms, y square plus 15 sum, so that's why plus here, 2x square minus y square. Once again, from the sum of first, second and third bracket, so first, second and third bracket, subtract, so minus what? The sum of this two, so y square plus 15 and 2x square minus y square. Okay, so now moving ahead, is equal to, what's the best part about this plus sign? Whenever we have plus outside any expression or bracket, that means the sign of that expression will not change. So first this bracket I'll copy as it is, x square plus y square minus 6, because it's plus, it indicates that no sign will be changing. It's like plus 1. So plus multiplied by minus x square will be minus x square only. So minus x square plus multiplied by anything, it will be the same number. It will be plus 5y square plus 11 minus x square plus 5y square plus 11 plus 4x square plus 10. Okay, from this I have to subtract minus what? Y square plus 15 plus 2x square minus y square. I have just opened up the bracket, that's it. Okay, now I'll solve a little bit over here. Now I can see, students, here that I have here x square, it means it's 1x square, and here I have minus 1x square. So plus 1x square minus 1x square cancels. Here I have plus 4x square, so only plus 4x square is remaining. Okay, so here I'll write 4x square. Okay, now about y square, how many terms with y square I can see? Here I can see plus 1y square, and here I can see plus 5y square. So plus 1y square plus 5y square becomes plus 6y square, plus 6y square. Okay, then here I have this minus 6, then plus 10, plus 11, sorry, then plus 10. Okay, so plus 10 and plus 11, how much it becomes? 10 plus 11 comes to 21. 21 minus 6 is plus 15. Plus 15. Okay, from this we need to subtract this minus. I copied as it is minus. Now this expression, how many terms with x square? Only one term with x square, so it's 2x square. Here I can see it's 1y square, and here I can see it's minus 1y square. So plus 1y square minus 1y square cancels. Here it's plus 15, so plus 15. Okay, in the next step I'll first copy this expression as it is, 4x square plus 6y square plus 15. Now if I open up the bracket, because it's a minus sign, so it will change the sign of both the numbers, both the terms. Minus 2x square minus 15. Here it is plus 4x square, and here it became minus 2x square. So 4x square minus 2x square is plus 2x square. Okay, then plus 6y square. Here we have plus 15, here we have minus 15, cancels. This is the answer. Hope you understood this, students. It was very simple. Leave lines between every step. Leave 1 to 2 lines. Your sum should be well presented. Every step leave lines. Now students, question number 10. Find the perimeter. Find the perimeter of triangle whose sides are given as whose sides are. We all know, students, that in a triangle there are always 3 sides. If at all I say, for example, I have a triangle ABC. ABC. A triangle have only 3 sides. Find the perimeter of triangle whose sides are. Now pay attention here. This complete bracket denotes the first side of the triangle. This complete bracket denotes the second side of the triangle. And this complete bracket denotes the third side of the triangle, because a triangle always have 3 sides, AB, BC and AC in our case, because I have given this name. So basically it has always 3 sides. Now what do you mean by perimeter? The word perimeter, students, pay attention, the word perimeter means sum of all boundaries, addition of all boundaries. In maths the word perimeter means addition of all boundaries. Now in triangle we have 3 boundaries, first, second and third. So for triangle the perimeter ka formula will be perimeter of triangle will be how much? Sum of all 3 sides. In our case we can say AB plus BC plus AC. Sequence does not matters. AC plus CB plus AB, any way around you can do. But perimeter of triangle, the formula is sum, the addition of all 3 sides. The word perimeter means addition of all boundaries. In triangle we have 3 boundaries, 1, 2 and 3. So this is the note. You have to copy this. In our question, it's clearly mentioned, find the perimeter of the triangle whose sides are, and 3 sides are given. Just to confuse us, they have given such a long sides within the brackets. This entire thing is first, second and third side. We just have to add all the 3 brackets. That's it. That's it. So in the solution part, perimeter of triangle is what? Sum of all sides. Of course, a triangle has only 3 sides. So therefore perimeter is equal to, let's add all the 3 brackets. And students, I'm telling you, let's add all the 3 brackets. When I say add, means it's plus, okay, between the brackets. So a plus b minus 3c, okay, a plus b minus 3c plus minus a minus b plus 6c plus 7a minus b plus 9c. a plus b minus 3c plus minus a minus b plus 6c plus 7a minus b plus 9c. Okay. Therefore, perimeter will be equal to a plus b minus 3c. It's like a plus 1 over here outside. So whenever we have plus outside any bracket or expression, the entire expression remains same, remains intact along with the signs. It's like plus 1 multiplied by minus a, it will be minus a, and so on. So we just have to copy as it is the expression. So it is minus a minus b plus 6c plus 7a minus b plus 9c. Okay, now let's find out something, the common pairs, and let's evaluate them. Here I have plus a, it's like 1a plus 1a. Here I have minus a, it's like minus 1a. So plus 1a minus 1a gets cancelled, and here it's plus 7a. So I can write here 7a. It's plus 1b, it's minus 1b, cancels. Okay, any other term with b? Yes, I have here minus b, so I'll copy here minus b. Next, I can see here I have plus 6c, here I have plus 9c. So plus 6 plus 9, plus 6 plus 9, 6 plus 9 becomes 15. So it's 15c. Okay, but I have here minus 3c. So 6 plus 9 is 15. 15 minus 3 comes to plus 12. So plus 12c. That's it, students. So perimeter is how much? 7a minus b plus 12c. So simple. Please pause the video and do it. You have to copy this note also.